Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Three Bands, and I've got some really cool shoes to show you today. You know, they are all special and unique in their own way, so we're just going to start with the one in the middle here. It's probably, for sure, the star of the show. It's a very early Adidas Pro model, and what's significant about that is a few different things. First, the fact that it is such an early version, 70, 71, 72. The next piece of it is the provenance of where it comes from. This shoe has lived in France its entire life. It belonged to an Adidas technician who recently passed away. All my blessings to their family, who worked at Adidas, and this is one of the shoes that they found when they were going through his house. A friend of mine reached out to me, was asking was I interested. Of course I was, and then I was able to acquire the shoes. When I got them in, of course I did reach out to Chris Severn, wanted to talk to him a little bit about the shoes, and he was really surprised to see it as well in such a nice form. The first thing that I noticed, and you'll notice, is that it's going to be, I'll hold it up and show this to you, is this is either a size 21 or a size 22. So just reference how big that shoe is. Shaquille O'Neal wears a size 22. I know that because this shoe next to it right here, I'm going to talk about this one in a minute. This is a special made Adidas Superstar, size 22, signed by Shaq. So when you have a shoe that this large, a couple things go with it. First, they don't have a dish. The dish is this bottom piece on it. They don't have a mold yet to fit that, so they have to use the old version or the first versions for the Superstars, and it's a stamped out piece, which is really, really cool. The second piece is that it doesn't have a shell toe on it, and more than likely it could have been ordered that way. The third thing that's really special about this shoe is the fact that it is in dead stock condition. It's never been worn, which is super crazy because these shoes were never sold. These shoes are purpose built for a player. This shoe was more than likely a sample or some kind of prototype, because this shoe and its brother or sister, however you look at it, were split apart. That's very typical. I have a couple other shoes I'll talk about when a shoe is maybe just the first run of it. So this shoe being completely dead stock, being size 22 from an Adidas technician and lived its life in France, is a beautiful, beautiful shoe. The second treat, and all of that being said, that was really cool when I was getting the shoe in and I was getting the paper that was stuffed in there, you know, to help keep the shoes form. This is the paper that I pulled out. Check this out. This was crinkled up in there, and it's a newspaper. I'm gonna see if I can get in there and get that date for you. December 20th, 1972. So really, really neat. So this paper was stuck in there many years ago to help keep the shoes form. So just a really, really neat story. Also, I don't know if you've watched some of the other videos on the Superstar. I've talked a lot about the inside of this Superstar. Being that it's such a big shoe, I can finally show you a good shot of the inside of what is called, that is the chrome foot pad. Now that chrome foot pad on there was specifically designed. They went through different iterations of it, and this is made to last, actually it's made to outlast the shoe. And what's neat about this, again, because it is so dead stock and however it was conditioned or stored, this is still nice, soft, and supple. So just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shoe. I wanted to hold it up next to this particular shoe and talk about this a little bit. So this is a shoe that was made for Shaquille O'Neal. I'll hold these up so you can kind of see. Size 22. I was able to get this particular shoe from a gentleman when Shaq was with the Boston Celtics. He was doing a practice section, and the young man and his friend were at the game, or not the game, but the practice section, and they wanted to talk to Shaq. His dad was, of course, saying, no, you can't go over there. Where Shaq went in the locker room, and then Shaq came back out with this pair of Superstars, took it off his foot and signed one and gave it to the young man and gave the other one to another young man. Well, you know, time goes on and he was ready to move this shoe on, and I was able to acquire it, which is really cool. The neat thing about that is Shaq really didn't wear Adidas Superstars. He just happened to have this pair. The second thing that's unique, they don't make size 22 in Adidas Superstars, so this was specially made. You can tell on the tag right here where it's marked out, and then on the inside far in there, I'll let you see if I can get it up in there. It says 20-2 and then some initials, whoever made that. So it's just a really neat shoe. The Pro model, I just kind of want to show it up real quick. This is going to be the Pro model. You see that beautiful white. Again, this shoe is absolutely dead stock. Don't do that. Pro model, made in France. Come around and just kind of show it to you like this. Really neat shoe all the way around. And I was mentioning I wanted to show you just a couple other shoes just to make the video a little bit more interesting. It's not uncommon for a shoe, when it is a sample or a prototype, to get split apart. This is one of the examples right here. This is an 03 Adidas Ape Star. This is in a colorway that was never produced. There is an all white colorway that was produced, but not with these black Adidas hits on it with the little Bape heads in there. I believe the other shoe from this particular one, the brother or sister, is in Gary Aspen's office. So just want to show this shoe to you. Again, another very significant shoe when you're talking about either Bape history, Ape history, Nego, the collaboration, everything. Just a really, really beautiful pair of shoes, or a shoe. The last pair that I have back here, I'll just sit this out of the way really quick, is a really, really, really neat pair of black and white Adidas Superstars. If you collect Superstars, or if you love Superstars, you know the majority of them are white with different colored stripes on them. This happens to be one of the pair that are black and white. What's really neat about these are just the condition that they're in. I mean, if you look at them, they're pretty much dead stock condition. Still all nice and white. The leather still really has that nice gloss to it. The Adidas logos are completely there. They're not smudged out or anything all the way around. Even on the heel tabs here. Just beautiful. Again, to find these in this condition, a pair of Adidas Superstars with this very, very, very sought after colorway, black and white, is just really, really neat. So, and that's it. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring out this particular pair of shoes, share the history, and sell what I know is special about it, and just didn't want it sitting in the closet. You know, I want to bring it to the world and show you and talk to you a little about it and show you some other really cool shoes, because that's what I like to do. I like to tell the stories of the shoes and share them with everybody who loves them and is passionate about them like I am. So until next time, this is 3 Bands. As always, collect what you love, and I'm out. Peace.